So I wanted to just give you, my business is I help build stronger sales teams. So who here is in sales? Everybody didn't raise their hand, you are too, right? Because you're selling to your wife, you're selling to employees, you're selling ideas to other people at work. We're all selling things all the time. And of course, James kind of talked about we're selling ourselves on things all the time. So sales is important to all of us. And I help companies by helping them hire stronger salespeople, but then also building the ones that they have. And I wanted to share with you today, not many people have paper, but there's sort of, this is low-tech slides, two primary diagrams that I use in my business. And the first is a Venn diagram, which I can never draw very well. But, that's the three intersecting circles, right? And in the middle here is in the zone. And this is you, the salesperson, or this is your salesperson if you have some on your team. Does anybody here actually have salespeople? Okay, anybody thinking about buying? Oh yeah, buying. hiring some salespeople? Maybe you get to that point and it's time and you want to scale. So this is an important diagram to think about those people. What you'll find when you're no longer the business driver and you have other people is they may not do what you want them to do. They're going to frustrate you. And what they don't have that you have is owner advantage. The people that you've got, they don't have that same, they didn't start it, it's not their thing. And you talk differently because you're an owner. So it's going to be important to think about these things. And the three things are, this is what we call the makeup of a strong salesperson. DNA, the sales DNA, and the other thing is the will to sell, and the third is competency. So if you put that in the three circles, DNA, will to sell, competency. Whenever we look at somebody, the ability of somebody you're hiring to sell, or your own ability, is not about likability. It's not about personality. It helps. It can help, and it can help open doors. But it's about these things. And so real quick, it's like DNA is the inner stuff. DNA is what, has anybody ever gotten uncomfortable in a sales conversation? That's coming from DNA. It's records. It's things that you learned when you were a child. It's things your parents gave you. It's scripting. It's life events. DNA is also things like how you buy is how you will sell. So if you always go out and shop everywhere looking for the best deal and you'll cut everybody to the nickel and dime, you're going to do the same kind of things when you're selling. You're going to accept that behavior from the folks that you're talking to. So that's DNA. Will to sell is like outlook, attitude. Am I fully committed to this sales position? Do I make excuses? Do I blame the economy? Do I blame other people? Do I blame circumstances? That's all will to sell stuff. And then competencies are closing techniques. So coffee is for closers. It's press hard, sir. There's 5 copies. It's a red letter day in your life. The price goes up on Monday. Those are sort of old school techniques or competencies. We have some better ones, some modern ones, but that's the stuff that you can learn. Those are the things you can say. That's competencies. You can pick those things up. But here's the challenge. If you have somebody, or if you personally don't have certain sales DNA, you're going to have a hard time executing the strategies. Because every time you go to execute the strategy, it's going to feel completely unnatural. So we do a lot of sales training in this country, and we flush a lot of money down the toilet because we don't help people with their internal stuff, their internal beliefs. So that's the first thing. Be clear about you, be clear about the people.